All right, Jim, I heard you're watching from YouTube. Hopefully you got some family around you, and we're gonna get it going here.
Oh, so Jim was fun too. When he came in, he was like, I put your show on, and I don't mean to watch the whole thing, and then all of a sudden 2 hours have passed, and I've watched the whole thing.
Super good. So I'm gonna pull this color over a little closer over here because this is one of the most electric blues that we have. It's called copper blue because it takes copper to make this blue. You melt copper down into the glass.
I interrupt this session to say, Pammy, Uncle Dennis is my side of the family, and you get a nice shout out. You're doing a great job with the camera work tonight.
All right. Pammy's straight out of Australia. Represent a little love for the Detroit city. And if anybody's joined us that's watching new tonight, we're actually in Dearborn. We're in Metro Detroit. We're about 15 minutes outside of the, maybe 20 max to the heart of the city. And we're here.
Yeah, we got to say that more often. If you're watching on YouTube, hit the bell and you can sign up for notifications. Let's do what's called housekeeping. We are located at the home of Henry Ford. Glass Academy is a small privately owned studio. If you like what you're seeing, please check out our website, which will go, the website is live. The sales go live in 5 minutes or so.
Yeah, take a look at the website, see what we offer. We really focus on drinkware, all kinds of other things, and we really try and mix it up for each show and have something different. And it's kind of nice, you know, Chris goes to the Wings game. It's nice to have a little different bit of energy and switching it around. I know I didn't go to the show. I think it was 2 before this, maybe it was 1:55. I wasn't feeling so good, a little under the weather. So I dipped out of that show, and it's nice to switch it up a little bit and have a little bit of change up. And especially it feels great having a brand new product that we're really proud of being revealed, because this one was a long time in the making. So I got 3 coats of that dense blue on there. I'm blowing a bubble into it right now. Before, this is not going to be enough glass to make an entire margarita glass at all. So
did you ask how big he wants his margarita glass? Someone said they're the size of fish bowls lately.
Yeah, he said about fish bowl size. So we might get a 2-arm special going on. But this is the really cool process to put the bubbles in here. We use what's called the Bolatone mold. And we've used it before on various products to get some beautiful texture on the outside. Very infrequently do we use it to get texture to capture bubbles when we gather over the glass. So the trick is I'm shaping it up a small bit. I'm going to get the texture on there. I'm not going to blow out all these indents. I'm going to leave them as indents and then gather clear glass over it. And it'll capture bubbles in each of the little indents and make a beautiful, perfectly symmetrical bubble pattern.
Do you know in the old-fashioned days it was a bed of nails? You'd like pound nails through the wood in a repetitive pattern to get that.
Really?
Yeah.
You like squish it on there, roll it on there?
Roll it on there.
That's interesting.
Yeah. It's 6:30, you guys. The website is live.
Tech support reminder.
So jump on in if you want to pre-order your snails. They're on the Gathering Point page. They're also on the home page.
It's really cool seeing what people's favorites are, and that's the reason we're going to go through all 5 of these different styles, because they all are beautiful in their own justification. Why don't you come around this side for this move, Uncle Dennis? I'm going to drop it in the mold, and I'll pull it out and show you what that texture looks like. You see how smooth it is now? The heat is super important to have it colder up at the neck, a little hotter on the tip so it doesn't get caught in the mold, and that is just treacherous business when that goes down. So I could take all the time I want to show you this shot right now. Normally, if I was making an ornament or if I was making a wine glass, I would have already been at the bench with this thing blown up half as big as it is right now. But because I'm not blowing it up at all, I actually want it to stiffen up. And right now, it's already getting much harder than it was.
That is like the hardest thing for me to watch. It's like losing that core heat.
I know, it's super strange. Right out the mold, too, it feels very foreign. It's glowing kind of a green, but let's compare it next to the blue that we got here. That glass is still probably at least 1,600 degrees, so it's definitely glowing a different temperature. It's like when your kitchen stove turns on, if you got an electric stove, it's not glowing black, it's glowing orange.
Hey, you know what happened yesterday?
Huh.
It was snowing.
It was snowing, big old puff balls. It
Yeah,
wasn't cool at all.
and what's happening
it was
now?
Pretty.
You're in shorts.
Yeah, it's a nice day today.
And t-shirt, feels good. This is like the perfect glass blowing weather. We're not freezing our butts off.
Just checking out some comments here.
I see that.
Sharon's in the house, Dawn's in the house, Bill's in the house, Julie's in the house. A lot of Glass Academy addicts up in the house right now.
So that leads me to ask, how many newbies are on the show right now? If you're new, can you type in the chat bar new or just joining? We always like to know new people.
And Julie did, she just mentioned right there, get an amazing margarita glass on happy hour night with this same color or the same texture, bubble texture in there.
I think we posted all those. Those are all on Facebook.
What's that?
All the margarita glasses. We did a photo shoot.
Oh,
now,
yeah.
there was someone asking if we're doing another margarita class. I think we're going to schedule one in May.
Sweet.
So if you want to come, we'll post that up.
So I gotta move fast here. The blue's soft, it's gonna heat up quick. I don't want all this glass on the pipe. I'm actually gonna do one of these real quick. I don't want it to be a super thick margarita glass. I just want that texture on the inside. So I'm gonna get rid of a nice ball of clear here, and instead of just tossing it on the floor, because I got time now that I got it situated, I'm gonna take it over to the clear bucket and make sure that this glass gets reused and not mixed into anything else.
All right, we got a Florida flag coming.
Nice.
So if you guys know about that, the flags,
We're waiting
send
on
us a
more
flag of
flags.
your state.
What are those type of flags called, those small ones?
I know, I was going to
Miniature
say, mini
flags?
flags.
4 by 6 inch? I
That's
feel like
the
they'd have a
size.
name. Like a matchbox flag or something. Maybe not. So now I'm spending a little more time heating this up. Mom, could you turn up the gas just a hair, the top lever, just the tiniest little fraction?
This.
Yeah. Other way. Perfect. Thanks. Getting that core back hot again. It was ice cold when I went for the gather, so I didn't lose any color in the furnace. Now I've got some motion in it again. I'm getting pretty good at this margarita size, or the shape of cup up top, but it took me quite a while, just like the snail, to figure out that beautiful margarita bowl shape.
Meanwhile, I'm going to ask you guys something. I want to think about this. Everybody, do you know your blood type? Does everyone know their blood type? This is a question that has a response later.
I don't
I'm
know my
A
blood type.
positive.
Do you know mine?
I think you're A. If you know your blood type, type it in the search bar.
Low light. Little lighter. Good.
Woo-hoo-hoo. So I was blowing really light. Well, another thing we're going to do later in the show is show you some measurements of how many ounces. There were a couple of questions.
Slow. Good.
About how many ounces do our products hold, and they're a little deceiving.
We're gonna puff it out a hair more, just a wee smidge, but this thing is perfectly on center. It went out really nice. Yeah, that's gonna be really cool because I'm still learning my ounces perfectly. It's not easy just guessing the amount of ounces in a glass. Blow real light. That's perfect.
All right, keep the blood types coming.
One more light puff. Good.
I think it's really interesting.
Oh, Jim.
Woo-hoo-hoo. What's my next move?
Next move is gonna be this mold, 1.5 coats of the deep green, the emerald green, gentle tap in the mold. It's kind of like a pumpkin stem where it's really hot. tap in the mold, light heat, and then bring it right over.
This green, correct?
I would do it here just so that you're extra hot coming over. It's going to be the stem, and we'll pull it out long, and then we'll do 2 more of them for the arms. So again, this is going to look green. Look how green it looks. But that's that vibrant blue. And now we're going to go for the arms of this margarita glass. Definitely bigger. Wait till you see it opened up. So this is my opportunity while Mom, that's perfect size, gets this going. I can sit down and take a look at the chat, folks. Oh, a lot of blood types.
I know. I think this is really cool. You're going to find out why I'm asking.
British Isles.
Okay, pay attention.
All right, I'm paying attention.
What am I doing? I'm going in the mold and then flashing it, or bringing it right from the mold?
You could probably, yeah, take a light flash after, a real quick light flash. Yeah, a little bit extra heat. We're doing it over the top. Okay. Thank you, perfect. Oh, baby.
How many people have been to a cactus garden? We went to Arizona, and cactus gardens, when you're from Michigan, are crazy cool. Like, it doesn't even seem like a plant.
Man, that went on nice. So now I've got to have a platform on the bottom here that's going to allow me to put a beautiful foot on. So I pull it out, put that kind of nub on the bottom there. And then I was just making sure you weren't going for another one yet, because we're going to flatten this bottom up.
I'm flattening on the bottom?
Yeah, I'll take a paddle in a sec. I'm going to take a heat first.
Someone was just commenting, and their family is all different blood types. So just because I have A positive doesn't mean you are.
Exactly. I remember Grandma Nordine sent out a real long list of all the family's blood types.
And they were all different.
Some secondary family too, and they were all different. And I wasn't on the list. She was like, "Let me get your blood type," and then it just got lost in my emails. So.
Yeah, like when you donate blood, I mean, you forget. It gets categorized.
Yeah. All right, I'll take a squish. Beautiful.
Do you cut for the arms? Do you cut them off the same bit, or I'm bringing 2 bits?
2 separate ones. And the way we're going to do it is I'll stick it on like this. Then I'm going to bend the pipe and turn yours up a little bit and come down here and cut it like that.
So I follow you along.
Yeah.
So smaller than the one I just brought?
Yeah, hair smaller is perfect. This is definitely the right size for a margarita glass, folks. You can see how deep I'm flashing. I'm getting heat all the way up on the neck, because right now we're spending so much time on this bottom section. It's a beautiful color to work with because you can tell the temperature of the glass. When I'm looking at this, if I start to see it actually become the blue that it's at, then that means it's immediate get in the heat time, and I can't be messing around. As soon as I see any tint of blue, you go right to the hole.
And it's what?
Nothing, I'm talking to myself. I guess I'm talking to a couple hundred people that are watching, but you know.
So we have noticed that the numbers have dropped slightly during the shows. And that's only because life has opened up again. The interesting thing is, a week later, the numbers are higher than normal, because everyone's watching it on their own time now. Look at, I love how it sticks. Come on, little fella.
Oh, come hang out and have a margarita. That's a hot one. My hand was sizzling on that thing.
Oh, we could talk about the contest we're going to be having too. When we do the beverages, we'll talk about that.
That sounds perfect. Look at that.
It's like he's a muscle man.
Yeah. One of these.
Yeah.
All right, one more?
Yep, you ready now?
I'm ready. The trick right now is letting it stiffen up like I just did before I go in, because look, it wants to move. So if I get lost or I start thinking a little bit too much and stay in there for 1 second too long and have it leaning the wrong way, it'll tag right back on the glass. And that happened for the first two actually that I tried to make of these styles. They fell right back on themselves. Jim, this is looking ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
I'm ready for you.
Okay.
As soon as you're ready. I got a little bit of lean because I was working on one side, which is perfect. Now I'm going to the opposite side, and by the time I'm done with this one, the lean will be opposite.
Oh, Jim, too bad you're not here. You could be jumping in with your camera. Jake's hand was getting nice and toasty warm there. How many people out there have taken a glass blowing class, whether it's with us or with someone else? We call our classes experiences because you're getting an experience of working with the glass. But give a shout out, a thumbs up, a heart, something like that if you've tried a class with glass blowing. You'll understand some of the heat, what's happening, why we move certain ways when we add items to the glass.
I will say we're pretty darn happy with the new style of percola reed. It took a couple weeks for us to get that thing dialed in.
Oh my gosh, and so much pain and struggle.
It was tough. But we did get it figured out, and those are live on the website. I think if you all watch our experimental shows on Sunday, we went into pretty darn good detail about the process of designing those and what it looks like to be a part of a class here at the Glass Academy. So if you haven't seen that, take a look.
Are you doing the footing tool, or what are you doing for the foot?
I'm thinking because we've got this larger shape to it,
Yes.
I think we should drop it on the Marver.
And do you want to squash it with a thing?
Yeah, so it's gonna be probably a little bit bigger than it would for the footing tool, a little extra girth to hold this guy. I'll maybe use that front one that's about to fall off the table there. Yes, please. And we're taking like,
Ready now?
yeah, one good coat of the copper blue.
You want it blue?
Yes. This is the perks of a custom order. He saw this guy, and he loved it, but wanted to add a little color to it. So this is another style. We don't do this often on the show. Maybe because, I'm not really sure why. Honestly, I just hadn't thought of it in quite a while. But when you get into a bigger piece like this, I don't want it to have it to be a super delicate, light foot, kind of like a goblet foot when we've got a larger style margarita glass here. So we're just gonna cut it off onto the table. Was that one coat?
Yes.
Okay.
Are you cutting it, am I?
If I could take one flash, I'll cut it afterwards. I'm gonna use most of that.
Yeah, do you want me to cut it or no?
I'll snip it. Lift up. Perfect stick, come on. Woo! That was perfect, Mom.
Thank you, thank you.
It's so hard. You see how hard I push down on it? That glass is cold because of the mold. So the trick with it, and the reason maybe that we don't do it often, is it's so easy to stick that off center and have it be wonking around and turning really oval. But I just went for it, and I think we nailed it. It's actually on there so good.
And the other
Real
thing
light barrel.
is, like, it's handmade, so even if it's slightly off center, it's not
Right.
like you sit at the table and spin it and go, oh my God, it's off center, I can't handle it. Looks great.
Wow.
So he's gonna stabilize the heat. I'm gonna get started on that punny.
This is for a special margarita occasion. That's all I'm saying.
When we went to get the supplies for the margarita class, we can't supply alcohol, but we got like the fixings. It's amazing how many like crazy mixes there are and
Oh yeah.
types of stuff for the beverages.
Well, it's nice too because I love margaritas, but I don't love the super sugary,
Oh, yes,
like
you do.
plastic bottle margarita mixes. So there's definitely been some more options as of late. I'm right behind you. To get some cane sugar,
Do you want it now?
fresh squeeze. Yeah, I'll take it. All kinds of fancy, cool things. All right, here we go.
Ooh, that hand-eye coordination.
That one went on there just like the foot. I just like threw it at it and closed my eyes. And it went on perfect.
Usually when I do that, it sticks on the side of the piece, and then I'm fighting it the whole way.
All right, light push. Got it. Woo-hoo-hoo. Thank you.
As far as I got.
Hey, I just realized that pipe didn't crack on the first snail. So that's cool. So we got it flipped around, folks. If you're brand new to the show, that is a pretty important... Your mic's off? Yeah, your mic's off? Cool. Pretty important. What was I talking about? The punty, I think. Punty. Who knows, folks?
What are you saying?
I don't know. I lost my train of thought.
Pay attention. That's why I kind of like talk about blood types, or if you're new to the show, to get you to like focus on what you're doing.
We're gonna go for a little trimmage here.
All right, so it's nice and hot at the top. He's got a little bit of the tweezer.
Thank you.
Jeez.
Cutting it close. I found though, and with those tag backs, that the slower I actually cut, right at that moment it's about to tag back, it gives it more time to drop down.
Right, like the weight pulls it down.
Exactly. If I'm trying to cut too fast because I think it's cold, it sticks.
Kelly Purdy asked, is the punty same as a puntal? Yes, pretty much. Pretty much. Just a different way of spelling.
So
oh,
now,
there are some really cool, tell us what you like your margaritas. I know there's like mango margarita. There's all these kind of different flavors.
Strawberry.
Yeah. And then we've got a cocktail contest that's coming up we're going to tell you about. It's a
Or do
summer
you mean
fun.
a mocktail?
Yes, it is a
What?
mocktail cocktail. So there is another tool, I'm drawing a blank on them, the wooden parchofis.
Parchofs.
They're wooden tools like the jacks that are very soft on the glass that help you open up this style shape.
We like to keep it challenging.
Yeah. Right now, the way he turns the pipe, the angle he holds the pipe at, there's all these different factors
Super
of how
important.
that bowl is opening up. Like the top bowl.
One sec.
Woohoo, this is gonna be fun, Jim. When you have this margarita, you do not leave the house.
Oh, I love the texture on the inside of the bubbles. There's no texture on the outside, but because the bubbles are closer to the inside, there was less glass. When I'm riding the jacks in there, you hear a little bit of...
Do you stamp it upside down, the GA on the
We're
bottom?
gonna stamp it on the bottom, yeah.
Slow.
Would you toss the forks
Slow.
up? Thank you. Forks
Yes.
are on the right of the garage. Thinking this is about our guy right here. Spinning it really fast to spin it outward so it gets wider, but also catching it with the tool at the same time. That's our shape. Yeah, man, that's one of the tightest margarita glasses.
Super
we've done in a
lovely.
while.
Okay, he will use the torch on the bottom of this and stamp it.
Gonna equalize the temperature a little bit. Honey's on there perfect. It's a beautiful connection. So you see how it's still a little greener on the top and the foot's a little bit blue. So I'm going to be giving it like 1 or 2 more heats to equalize all that. And then we are going to stamp the very bottom of it. I think that's going to do it right there. A little bit of agua. Probably don't need it.
Watch yourself.
Here we go.
Oh, I could have scooted.
It's all right. Holy.
Back to the furnace.
I thought it was really delicate, so I didn't really put much water in there, but
When you put your water in, tilt your pipe up so it doesn't go into the foot.
yeah. I can't really get up in there good enough.
No, you tip your back end down.
I know what you're saying. Dad tells me that all the time, but I just don't like doing it.
One too many times you will learn.
Yeah,
There you go.
baby.
Here, I got it.
Perfectly smooth. That could be one of the nose scratches right there. It's so smooth. That was a beautiful punny. It was delicate, but it was on there super strong at the same time.
Are you guys catching this? Jake feeds his apprentice or his assistant lots of compliments so they do well.
That's right.
That's the way you do it.
She preheated the fork. She's got it.
The worst is when you work for someone and all they do is nag. Voila!
Man,
Nice
that was
job.
sweet.
Woohoo! Jim, you're gonna love it.
Yeah, that's a really cool one. That was a nice one, Jim. That's Mom and I don't work together that often, especially not making margarita glasses, but that went real smooth.
Go Wings.